What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, C Golden. Hey, China White. So listen, I know this is way overdue, but I'm here, y'all, and we're gonna get through this book. We're gonna get through. We're gonna finish it. This is a really good book. So I know that we're not gonna have a large crowd, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna talk about chapters 1 through 5. I am gonna do an upload of chapters 1 through 3 and an upload of chapters 3 through 6. I'll try to do it in 3 chapter increments. Now remember, if you guys want to come up, you guys can come up. This is a group activity. I'm going to put the link in the chat. You do not have to show your face on camera, but I do need to verify behind the camera. I do need to verify behind the camera. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to come up and join in the conversation, let me see. There's the link. It's pretty good. Not your typical genre. What's your typical genre? China White. What's your normal genre? Okay, see, Golden, no problem, baby. Nobody has to come up. Listen, I've just opened up the floor, so if anybody wants to come up, we'll come up. But the next time, that's fine. You can be ready. I get it. I get it. So the book is Tamron Hall's book, As the Wicked Watch. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When she first started advertising this book, I didn't know what it was. Because Tamron Hall, we know she has a talk show and all of that good stuff. So I really wasn't sure. But this character that she has written, so let's get a little bit into it first. So the main character's name is Cynthia. Don't tell me I ain't write her name down. Hold on. Cynthia. I just had it. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Hold on. Cynthia. Jordan Manning. China made up a whole name for the woman. Her name is Jordan Manning. Jordan Manning. Actually, I'm a former Africana Studies major. Oh wow. Okay. What's up, Patty Duke? Yes. So Jordan Manning. I don't know where I got Cynthia from, child. I'm sure that's a character's name somewhere in the book. Oh, Cynthia is her friend. She has a friend named Cynthia. That's where I got the Cynthia from. I knew I was gonna get Cynthia from somewhere. Um, she is a news reporter, right? And this novel takes place in Chicago. She's not from Chicago, but the novel takes place in Chicago. And oh, go ahead, Brandy. Brandy singing the national anthem at the football game. So it takes place in October of 2007. That's where the book starts. And this story is basically about a missing girl, right? The book opens up and with them finding a body in an abandoned area of Bronzeville. Now, Bronzeville is one of those historical neighborhoods that we find in a lot of urban cities that were predominant. It was like Harlem in New York and I'm trying to think of some other good ones. But these are those neighborhoods that they have that historical. And Bronzeville is very historical. It was like like a Black Wall Street, of Detroit, of Chicago back in the day. There was even a podcast, and we talked about it before on my channel, a podcast called Bronzeville that Lorenz Tate and his brothers, they wrote and produced over, and it was good. It was really, really good. One of the transports is from Michigan. Yes, she is. Poli-sci political. I'm my undergrad is in poli-sci too, China White. That's my undergrad. And so you immediately hear them talking about Bronzeville, how they give you a little bit of the history of Bronzeville, how Bronzeville has sort of been, neglected over the years, and they find this body in this rundown, like abandoned playground where they have some prisoners coming in to clean it up. And the fear is that there's some sort of serial killer, because this is like the second or third body that they found. And the fear is that there's a serial killer on the loose in Chicago. Well, what we quickly find out is that there's also a young girl that is missing, right? It's a young black girl that's missing. She's a high school student, and her mother is looking for her. Mother is fears that that's her daughter, and she's looking for her. Um, and the police have written her off as a runaway. And the mother is like, listen, my daughter is not a runaway. My daughter wouldn't have run away. You know, she's a good kid. She goes to school. She does what she's supposed to do. And so you immediately pick up on this theme. We know that this is a problem with our young black girls, that the police, for whatever reason, don't take it seriously. They automatically think the worst. And unfortunately, we know that if something serious isn't taking, place in the beginning, they say the first 48, that it's harder and harder the longer it goes on. And so that is where Jordan sort of gets involved. We meet Scott, who's her cameraman. Donald Bartlett is the police superintendent who is the one that's making these statements, and basically he doesn't want to believe that. I mean, clearly he don't want to talk about no serial killer, and he also doesn't want to talk about the fact that this young girl could possibly be and y'all know I purposely don't tell y'all everything because I want y'all to read the book, but this young girl possibly could be anything happen to her other than her running away. Now, hold on, y'all. So we see where Jordan is immediately in danger of getting caught up in this case. And we see that she had a history of that. She had a situation in Dallas where she was formerly living and working as a reporter, where there was a case of a young girl, Macy James. The police thought it was a runaway. Come to find out that not only was it not a runaway situation, but it was two sisters, I believe, and they were actually sexually assaulted by their stepfather, and it was a whole thing. And she had gotten really, really personally involved. And so she's cautioning herself not to allow herself to get too close and too involved in this case. And baby, that don't last long at all, because she ends up becoming friendly with the mother of this young girl that's missing. She ends up becoming friendly with the mother and building an unhealthy, well, thank you, Tracy, building an unhealthy, connection with the mom. So let me talk it to it. Okay. Now the mom's name is Pam. All right. So we see where she met with Donald Bartlett. And like I said before, Donald Bartlett is the police superintendent. And she's meeting with him. The link is dropped if anybody wants to come up and talk about it. China says she's going to come up next time. And I don't know if any of you guys have, but if y'all want to come up, there's the link if you want to come up and talk about it. And basically her and Mr. Bartlett or Detective Bartlett, they don't get off to a really, they don't have a really good situation going on, because he knows that she feels like he's not doing the best or doing the most or doing what he should be doing as it relates to this young lady. And she lets him know, they have this sit down interview, and she's a little testy with him. But again, her attitude is, listen, you guys are assuming that this is a runaway situation, and the mother is insisting that this is not a runaway situation, and y'all are losing time, with pursuing other, with not pursuing this as a serious situation. So Macy, the young girl's name is Macy. I think I said that. So the mother did put up missing posters and things like that. But again, without any police support, it's really hard to maintain something when you don't have the police support, and that kind of thing. Hold on, let me skip ahead. Well, I'm not skipping ahead. I'm just going to the next section of this. Okay. So the next day, Jordan gets a phone call from a friend of hers who is also in the, in the business. And he told her that they found a body in another neighborhood called Ida Wells, which we playground, which we know Ida Wells is, a very significant black woman in our history. She worked against lynching and segregation and all those things. Y'all go look her up. She did a great thing. But there's another dead body, and so she goes to the place where the body is. She sort of um, sweet talks her way behind the police tape to be able to get a closer inspection and get more information. And it is the body of a black girl, but there's a lot of decomposition. There's a lot of there was the body was exposed to the elements for 3 weeks. It was water and all kinds of things. So y'all know that leaves that the condition of the body is really, really bad. Um, like I said, she sneaks behind the lines and she makes a connection with another local woman there by the name of Tanya McMillan. And this becomes important a little bit later on. Now, Tanya thinks that the police are there because her and her neighbors have been petitioning for them to come out and clean up the park. And she thinks that this is sort of just like a news story for them to kind of follow up on what they've been, protesting about in her neighborhood. Not realizing that a body had been found until Jordan is actually interviewing her about the body and sort of catches her off guard. Jordan feels bad about it a little bit later on, but it is what it is. The other thing is now she feels bad about it going out on the news before anybody has had a chance to contact Macy's mom, Pamela, because now, like I said, they've built this sort of rapport. So she feels bad, but again, because of her journalistic ethics, she can't really call the mom because she has no confirmation that it's her daughter. But then she feels bad for not even calling the mom to say, "Hey, we found a body. Don't know if it's your daughter." So she sort of and again, this goes back to she shouldn't have got so close to the case. She shouldn't have got so close to the mom. And she's worried about that. She does end up calling the mom. No, I'm sorry. She doesn't call the mom until the police have confirmed that it is Macy's body. And so then she does reach out to the mom and she feels guilty because she feels like, she sort of feels, what's the word I'm looking for? She sort of feels, I don't know if hypocritical is the word I'm looking for, but she feels sort of wrong, feels bad about it because she's like, dang, I've built this relationship with the mom. I built this rapport with her. I should have called her to let her know that there was a possibility that this was her daughter. But on the flip side, it's like, but I wasn't, because she had information she wasn't supposed to have. She had inside information. And so it was like, well, ethically, I couldn't call her, but in my heart, I probably should have called her, But unfortunately, it is her daughter, and she is able to get a meeting with Dr. Chan, who is an expert in this field. He's actually one of her former professors, and they have a really good. Yeah, it felt kind of opportunistic. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, C. Golden. Now, Dr. Chan is a really, like I said, he's one of her former professors because she has a degree in forensic science or what have you, and now, Dr. Chan looked like he's sick, and she made mention of him losing weight a couple of times, and I was like, okay, I think that's a sidebar situation. I'm thinking Dr. Chan might be a little sick, but she's able to have an off-the-record meeting with him, and I don't want to get too graphic, you guys, so if this is going to be a trigger, y'all might want to not listen for a minute, but I just want to, I'm not going to read this word for word, but I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of how the body was found. So there was discoloration, her clothing. Even in the muddy conditions, the t-shirt fabric, which includes some plastic fibers, preserved as key evidence to help paint a clearer picture of what happened to the victim. Yes, it appears the killer attempted to destroy evidence by setting the body on fire. He said, hold on. Whoever did this to the child is a monster. He cut her up badly. I can't say for sure the cutting happened post mortem, but due to the extent, I believe at least some did. My conclusion is death by strangulation. Though there was a lot of bleeding from the cut wounds, there could have been a contributing factor. She was eviscerated. She was already dead when she was set on fire. So again, I skipped over some stuff, but just so you guys can feel like this is how her body was found, and she was sexually assaulted. So they don't have a lot of evidence. There is some DNA, but there's not a lot because the body was out in the elements, because it was exposed to water and things of that nature. But the actual cause of death is going to be ruled strangulation, even though there's evidence of sexual assault and there was an attempt to destroy the evidence. Um, but a lot was not put out in the media. You know, they always keep certain things back because when they do finally catch a perp, they want to know what they know and how much information is released. Um, there's not a lot of DNA, but there's a little sliver. So again, Jordan, unfortunately, like I said, she's very upset by this. She's starting to get close because again, she got close to the mom. And after she has this meeting, she needs to kind of let her hair down. So she meets up with a good friend of hers. Child, these little trolls are everywhere. Hold on. I don't think I have a mod in here, y'all. Hold on a second. Let me get that troll out of here. I don't think I have a mod in here. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay. Forget it, y'all. Forget it. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, she said it's either personal or a serial killer. Yeah. Hold on. I was trying to do it from my phone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's either a serial killer or it's personal, right? That's one thing they're saying. So she meets up with a really good friend of hers. Her name is Z. Z kind of got it going on, honey. Z got a little something going on with her. Um, and they meet up for drinks because she said, "Hold on, I lost my place." Because she said that she just need to let her hair down. It was just a whole lot, a whole lot of going on. Hold on, where am I? Oh yeah. Um. Okay. I lost my page, y'all. I'm sorry because it's something I wanted to. Anyway, she went out to dinner with her friend Z. Z ended up kind of leaving her hanging, child, because Z got a little booty call while they was out. But we meet Z and we find out that Z doesn't really get along with a few of her other friends. And so the next day she ends up having brunch with some of her other girlfriends, but she doesn't invite Z because Z and her friend, I think Andrea is her name, they don't click, child. They don't click. So the next day, so she ended up actually making a booty call of her own. Now she got a little boo thing. His name is Thomas. He's a trainer. She met him at the gym. Now Thomas got a little complicated situation going on. Okay, here come another troll. Golly, Thomas got a little complicated situation going on. Thomas has a on again, off again girlfriend. Okay, And the only reason why I bring that up is because I think this that might end up being a little messy a little bit later on. But she knows about it and she's kind of cool with it. But she made herself a little booty call too, child. So the next morning, she talks to her mom. We get to see her relationship with her mom and everything. She talks to her mother. She said at least no. She said it normally doesn't. You don't like Thomas. You think it might be a little something funky going on with Thomas. Now you might have read further than me. I had to stop myself because I didn't want to read too far ahead before I started doing my recap. So you might know more than I know about Mr. Thomas, child. We see that she has, like I said, a good relationship with her mom. She said she normally doesn't go longer than 48 hours without talking to her mom. So that's a good thing there. And she ended up talking to Macy's mom. Oh Lord, no wonder I had here it is right here. I'm looking through the other stops and you stopped after 6. Okay. So Zena, let me give y'all a little bit. So Zena was her girlfriend. Zena co-owns a clothing and jewelry boutique with her mother in Oak Park. She also has majority stock in an organic coffee company and owns 2 rental properties. So Z got it going on, okay? And this dude that Z is dating that she left her with, he works for the Chicago Business Board of Trade. So he got a little something going on with him, okay? Okay, see, that's why I had left off. I was wondering, I said, why I can't find my space? All right. So the next day, like I said, she talked to her mom, but she also talked to Macy's mom. Now, I'm going to read you guys some of the conversation between her and Macy's mom. She said, I can't tell you how devastated I am. The police don't know nothing. They asking me if I know who could have done this. Why would I know that? Why would I know that? I'm not going to survive this, Pam. I already know this is going to kill me. Well, I'm not going to surprise this, Pam said. But while I'm still breathing, I'm going to do everything I can to send that bastard to the funeral home or to death row. And I already know I can't count on the police. And that is true. They told me my child ran away from home, ran away from me and her little brother, Malcolm. He's traumatized. How am I supposed to explain this to him? So, she said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to pull all of this on you, Jordan. So Jordan said, Pam, please, you don't ever have to apologize to me. So then she says, Jordan, before this pain takes me from this earth, I will see justice done. Somebody out here who knows who did this. I want to issue a public plea for anyone who has information to come forward, and I'm going to set up a reward, even if I have to cash in every dime of my retirement. I want to go on the air, Jordan, as soon as possible. Finding the person who took my angel from me, this is my life now. And so Jordan feels, again, hey, Miss Elementary, you stopped out at chapter 5 too. Okay. So Jordan, again, she feels a little guilty because she definitely knew more than she shared. And again, she shouldn't be getting this close to the mom, because she is going to lose her, she's going to be biased and she's going to feel some kind of way. Like, she already got upset when she heard the way that the story was reported on the news, because she felt like the police was saying too much, because again, she was feeling for the mom and feeling a lot of empathy for the mom. And again, it's not a good thing in her line of work to get too close to the players. So I feel like as the story goes on, she's going to get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So let's meet some of her girlfriends. So after she got that conversation, she went to church because she was like, I started not to go to church, but baby, I feel like I needed the Lord. And then she was having brunch with some of her girlfriends. So let's meet who her girlfriends are. So we have Dr. Courtney Felix. She was born in Detroit. She's an OBGYN who's married to a doctor of internal medicine, Dr. Nathan Blackwell III. They are the most idyllic couple I've ever met, both 39. They have 2 beautiful sons, Elijah and Nathan IV, ages 3 and 5. I've never seen them argue or throw verbal daggers at each other, not once. They are the real-life Huxtables. Last year on Halloween, Courtney invited me to their home in suburban Naperville for a pumpkin carving party with the kids. It was a scene straight out of Good Housekeeping. Courtney and I met at the annual Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure in Chicago. I hosted that event. I hosted an event that year and also participated in it. I did more walking than running. It was a rare, warm October day in Chicago. Our respective groups had common members and blending along the route. Courtney and I struck up a conversation. Her smile was arresting. I imagine that's one of the features her husband fell for when the two of them met while vacationing with friends in Bali. They were always trying to fix me up with a guy, but neither of them had figured out my type yet. Then we meet Amanda Pickering. 35, is a native Kentuckian who works for an investment group at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. She's single and a prolific dater. I met Amanda in a clothing boutique when I came to Chicago to interview at News Channel 8. The zipper had busted on the dress I bought to wear for my interview. Thankfully, I tried it on the day before and frantically ran out to find a replacement an hour before the boutiques closed in downtown. Amanda overheard me describe my situation to the salesperson and started helping me shop like she worked there. When you get that job, you call and let me know, she said in her southern drawl. Amanda and I couldn't be more different. She grew up in a homogeneous community outside of Louisville, Kentucky, where there were only two black kids at her high school. In my experience, white people who weren't raised around black people can be more accepting of our differences than some who have lived around black people their entire lives. There is, however, a learning curve, and Amanda, though well meaning, can be a bit naive. Zena finds her off putting, which is why I didn't invite her today. Amanda thought she was complimenting Zena when she set her apart from black women living in poverty on the West Side. You live in Oak Park, for goodness sake. All it took was one statement by Amanda, and Zena had enough of her. I hated that happened, but I believe in accepting people for who they are. I enjoy both women's company, and I refuse to give up one for the other. Marla Elena, 35, is still my eye doctor. We bonded over red wine and complicated relationships. Her ex-husband is a Jewish attorney she met in Chicago. The marriage lasted only 2 years. She didn't get along with his family and resented their assertion that she married him for a green card. They were assholes, she told me, and after a while, so was he. I needed my girls today. Their camaraderie would be like in moment to their worn nerves, hardened by cynicism and the stories of death that were constants in my life. I hadn't planned on talking about work today. I must have been crazy to think these smart, worldly, inquisitive women wouldn't want to talk about the Macy James case. And so they ended up talking about the Macy James case. We also find out that when they started talking about the sexual assault part of it, Courtney kind of got emotional because she is a victim of date rape. And so that's where I stopped with chapter 5. I've started reading some of chapter 6, but that's where I've stopped in chapter 5. So you guys, I'm going to say this. The book hooked me immediately, right? I'm one of those people, I've read so many books and I've been reading for so long. I could kind of tell within the first couple of chapters, generally, if it's a book that's going to keep my attention, right? Right. Must they be the Huxtables? Right. I thought about that when I was reading it too. But and remember this takes place in 2007, so that's kind of before the whole Bill Cosby thing. So like I said, it grabbed me from the very beginning, right? I am definitely here to find out. I feel like there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in this story. I don't feel like it's going to be a very easy answer when we find out who did this to this young lady. I think it's going to be, I don't know if there's a serial killer in Chicago or if it's going to end up being somebody that was close to the family. We haven't met a lot of other family members yet. So I don't know if we're going to meet more people as we go along. We've only met the aunt because she answered the phone one time. So it'll be very interesting to see how it continues to twist and turn. But I definitely don't think this is going to be an easy answer. I think that some other elements are coming in that are going to become important as we go down the line. I do think that Jordan is going to get herself way too deep into this. Okay. I mean, way too deep into this, right? I have absolutely no clue what happened to that little girl yet. Okay, I have no predictions. I have no clue, but I do think when we get there, it's going to be a oh my gosh kind of moment, right? So I'm here for it, you guys. I think this was a I'm always nervous about when I pick these books, but I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and I also think that this character. I read a lot of novels, and this character is going to make a great um ongoing character, because if you look at the bottom, it says the first Jordan Manning novel, which means that Tamron anticipates making a series of Jordan Manning novels, right? So we know that she's going to continue to get these cases that she'll somehow be involved in solving. For those of you who read this type of genre, y'all know this isn't new. Oh, that's Tamron Hall on the because I've been listening. So here's what I've been doing, y'all. I've been listening to the Audible in the car, and then I've been coming back and rereading and kind of taking notes. I didn't realize that was Tamron Hall's voice. Okay, all right. So yeah, so I believe this book was pretty successful. So that tells me, so she's going to make a series of these, and so far I'm here for it. Now we're only 5 chapters in. I might get to the end of the book and be like, this some bull. But right now I'm here for it. What do you guys think? Are you guys, the people that are reading it, are you guys enjoying it? I'm wondering how close this is to some stories she may have covered. She did a pretty good job of keeping things fairly accurate for Chicago. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, no, it's probably her. I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering about is this a story that she covered, like loosely based on a real story she covered? And I feel like as she goes and turns this into a series, will these be those types of stories? Yeah. So um so let's do chapters 6, 7, and 8, because we did chapters 1 through 5. So we can do 6, 7, and 8 later on this week. I want to aim for, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. Monday is too soon. I know I'm not going to be finished reading those chapters by Monday. Tuesday, I'm doing an interview on my main channel. Wednesday, we try to do a teacher project. So Thursday, we could try for Thursday. So Wednesday or Thursday, I'll definitively let you guys know. And what I'll do is I'll read the rest of the chapters tomorrow, because if I listen to them on my way to work and on my way home from work, I'll get through the next couple of chapters in the next couple of days. Like I said, I stopped myself from reading because I didn't want to get too far ahead. So that's what we are. But y'all, please feel free to share this out. Feel free to bring your friends. If you have any friends that are reading the book or have read the book, feel free to invite them to join us. And like I said, over here on this channel, I'm always drop the link for you guys to come up and we can have a real-time conversation about it. China White says she's going to be ready next time. So next time, Sunday, Thursday is a good schedule. Okay. I think that's a good idea. Sunday, Thursday could be a good schedule. Sunday, Thursday could be a good schedule. Yeah. Especially now that football season is almost over. Yeah. So, let people know. Like I said, we're going to be over here. I will give you guys the next book. I think maybe, y'all let me know. I'll put it on the community wall on my main channel. But maybe y'all want to do Cicely Tyson next month. That's a biography. So that'll be a little bit different. But I definitely want to read her book. Y'all let me know if that's something y'all want to do next. But I'll put it on a community wall as well and get some feedback on that. But with that being said, you guys, please enjoy your Sunday. Listen, this is my 3rd live today, y'all. I'm getting ready to relax for a little while, eat me some dinner, and I'm going to maybe try to get some reviews up. I got to get my power up and all kinds of stuff. So, y'all, thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for being over here. I know this has been a long time trying to reboot it, but I'm going to get better. I'm just gotta. But I think that's a good schedule. If I commit to Sunday and Thursday, then I know that's what I'm doing on Sunday and Thursday, and that in my mind, I'm committed to that time frame. So I think that's a good idea. So Thursday, we're gonna aim for Thursday. China, thank you, China White. We're gonna aim for Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna go get me some rest, child. Yes, please have a great week. Please have a great week. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.